Hello, my fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Mel Bell here with your reading for the month of May. If you are returning, I appreciate your support. And if you're new here, this is a reading that will be using tarot and oracle cards to let us discern what's happening for the month. So it's stormy out and the sun's peeking out, so the lighting might be funny, or you might hear thunder or see lightning. Just to give you a heads up on that, not sound effects from me. And so to start off with, I want to say that I pulled cards initially, and in the self card, I got this one. I really love this for you guys as a self card because she is vibing. She's excited because things are moving forward. And that is whether you're male or female or however you choose to identify. Just this energy of, yeah, things are going now. Things are moving. And really enjoying forward movement. When things, when there's stuck energy, it's really hard to cope sometimes because you might really want to move forward. You feel it, but what's happening around you does not allow for it. So when the floodgates open and you can soar and you can do your thing, it is a time for celebration. This can be so many things about travel. It can be about a new job. It could be a new project at work. It could also be home improvement. Like, it can fall in so many places. And in this situation, actually, let me say the energy coming in is Ace of Wands, okay? So I think that's important. I wanted to connect those two because the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, change, things happening. The fire, action. So it's definitely, as the energy coming in, the card, that is the place it's in, that says to me that is why in the self position there is a cause for celebration. And the situation is the Lovers. And you know, lovers can be about a romantic union. It can be about a proposal. It can be about a new relationship or a renewing of vows or going up a level in a relationship. Excuse me. But it can also be about choice, and it can have nothing to do with relationships. It can have something to do about yourself, what choices you make for yourself to honor yourself. You may choose to sacrifice something in order to get something better. And that is, at times, this is a combination of your masculine and feminine energies coming together in union to get you to the best place in your life. So it depends on where you're at in your life, what you are looking for, and what your status is relationship-wise. But don't fall into the trap of the Lovers card always having to do with relationships. It doesn't always have to do with relationships. Now, the challenge is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, and I think that still, even though that says that there may be issues with receiving what you're desiring, I feel like because of the surrounding cards that it's more about, like I just said, receiving. It's about you feeling worthy and open and accepting what wants to come to you and not getting stuck in your head about it. So this is the Wild card. So there's often Page of Swords says there's messages coming, and it might be about contracts or offers. But also I feel like it's also a message to make sure that you are not overrun by your mind, that you are making space to find stillness and silence and peace, so that you can be ready to just dive in to whatever the new thing is. And then in the near future is the Page of Cups. So messages about celebrations, relationships, proposals. It might be you being invited to a wedding. It doesn't always have to be about something happening to you directly. But it being in the new beginnings, it could also be connecting with people on a heart level, maybe meeting new friends, like finding your tribe. I'm hearing, and to have the pages out, one in the wild card, and right underneath it in the future, lots of information and communication coming through right now. So we're gonna pull from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to get a little more information here. And see what else we can discern from this. For my fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, for the month of May, please. What do you have for us? All right, here it is. All right. All right. Okay, so firstly, I encourage you to check out my weekly angel reading because I pulled the Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. That was the message in the angel reading for this week. So it will really help you to check out that message. And then we have the prison waif, self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. Okay, so this has come up in my mind. Was it just yesterday? Shadow work, and acknowledging and recognizing where the inner saboteur is that wants you to stay small. So with what's happening here in your reading, it's important right now that you accept opportunities as they come to you. If there are multiple opportunities, that you make a choice based on what you want, based on what you really want, not what you think that you're capable of or what you deserve. Because if it's coming to you, you deserve it and you're capable. So don't allow your shadow self to make the decisions for you in this case. I think that's a very important message. The Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, celebration. So again, that word celebration, something great coming down the pipeline. And sometimes these things that we see, when we get that message, there's going to be a cause for celebration, is not always directly our celebration. But if it comes up in the reading, it's often because you are going to benefit from it in some way. So you might meet somebody there at this celebration, or, someone else's happiness reminds you that it's possible for you too. So wherever that resonates with you, yeah. And poverty consciousness is something that we can carry with us from past lives. So if we at some point were the wise person and the elder in the village, and we wouldn't receive money. We wouldn't receive money, but all our needs would be met. So people would come with food for us and clothing, and we were revered, but we didn't have money. And so it was our survival. Our survival was the payment. And so we can sometimes carry that with us from past lives. So you can affirm that I sever any contracts. I sever any past contracts or ties to poverty consciousness from past lives or from this life. If you shy away from making too much money because you think that it says something about you as a person, also because there are people out there that are struggling, having a really hard time of it, and so there can be guilt around success, being too successful, and then feeling like there's the scales are not balanced. So making sure that you are not playing small, because you never know, your victory, your success may benefit others in some way that you just haven't figured out yet. You haven't, because you can't see around that corner to know how your win can be somebody else's win too. All right. So I got the wall, obstacles, and oh, okay. Wow, there's a lot of that. Okay, I think those cards will do. All right. So I really think with what I just pulled, I really think that we're back to the shadow self, and we're back to self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. Those are your obstacles right now for allowing this moment, for allowing the good to come in. It is in your mind, it is in your spirit, it is in your control. Do the work. The divine matrix, the galactic mushroom. So it's such a wild card. The universe is always responding. We are inputting information. We are getting the answers. We are participating in this energetic machine. And so things are not happening to us. They're happening with our interaction. So it's important that we make sure that we are being aware of what we are adding to that mix. What are we aligning to? What are we resonating with? What vibration are we on? Where do we want to be? And where are we thinking we're going to go? Because it has to be in alignment. Sky dancers, surrender. Okay, so surrendering can mean a lot of different things, but it can be about surrendering fear. So I think sometimes we think about fear in terms of safety. If I am afraid of these things happening, my focus on these things and this fear is going to protect me because I'm always thinking about it. So I'm always on guard. So I can avoid it because I'm not distracted by happiness. It's crazy thinking. So we have to make sure that we are not allowing ourselves to be moved by fear, that we are not contributing to our lives' obstacles, that we are instead contributing to good things happening, and surrendering the need to control everything. That's another thing. I think there's an element of the unexpected in May, and it's in a really beautiful way. But we have to be willing to let go enough to allow that to come through. That is where the light needs to come in, because if you can focus on that, if you can trust in that, and trust in yourself to be able to handle whatever comes forward for you, then the best can come forward to you. I feel like the future there's many tiers, future possibilities. They may have similar themes, but if we want to get to the top prime one, there is a lot of things that need to be done. And we are getting messages through the readings to tell us where we need to pinpoint our focus to get to that highest, most best outcome. And so if you need to watch this again to receive that advice again, I encourage you to make sure that you take the advice, because that is where the magic is. That is where the keys are to get you to the most beneficial outcome in the month of May. So I hope that you all have a great May, and I hope that this helped you, and I hope that wonderful things happen for you this month. Take care, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Bye.